Hello and welcome. I'm Bailey, and today we're going to be talking about how Realm Royale has sorta, kinda made a comeback, at least for me. Okay, so let's not waste too much time and get into some good, raw information, I guess you could say. So in this video, I'm going to be talking a little bit about the goods, the bads, and how it's all kind of evened out in the past month or so that the game is actually not as bad as it got down to be. So, as we all know and loved, Realm Royale used to be amazing, and it used to be phenomenal. It was a good time all around. And they did some changes. They took classes away. I don't even want to go there. They did some crap. And I didn't play it for a really, really long time. I recently saw that they, added classes, and I wasn't interested in. Until not too long ago when I thought, okay, you know what? Let's pick up this game again and try it out. And that's what I did. So here, I'm talking about how I've actually somewhat fell back into a good relationship with Realm Royale, and how you might as well if you give it a try again. So I'm going to start off with a couple pros, go into a couple cons here. So the first thing I want to say, they brought classes back, right? That is huge to this game. That's what made this game what it is. Don't know why they ever took it away, but they added them back in an actual way that I do really appreciate. So with them bringing them back, you still have access to all the abilities, but cooldowns and a little bit of passives go a lot better when you work with the abilities that are in your class. So as Hunter, you are going to use the ability that Hunter has. You're not going to try and grab all these other abilities because they're just not going to work as well. Their cooldowns are going to be so much longer, and you're just not even going to want to fight with them. So it's a really big plus to use the actual class items, but it's still super, super fun to be able to interchange in mid-fight into all these different things. So something I've just really fell in love with is when things are scattered on the floor, you have like abilities everywhere, is to go and swap between all of these in a fight, to just constantly using abilities and to be constantly putting out damage or healing yourself up or whatever you have it. So another big thing that they added is console. I mean, you can play this game on console now, and that doesn't matter to me at all. Literally don't give a crap about that. We'll never once try to play Realm Royale, Paladins, any first-person shooter, honestly, on a console, but I know a lot of people do, and that's because I know a lot of people will, because that is all they have. A lot of people don't have a PC, nor do they need one or want one, and so they just play games on their Xbox, and that is totally fine. This game is now available for them, and has been for a little bit, and I think it's received a decent amount of praise on console, and it's definitely not bad. I mean, it's a free game, right? So it's something for console players to try if they're getting sick of Fortnite, right? But what this adds for a PC player is more people to play with. And this is going to kind of transverse into a negative, and this is one of my bigger negatives here. So I love having more people to play with, right? A game that you're playing against other people that's what you need. You need the other people to play with. So when they have console joined in and PC, it brings a lot bigger of a pool of players to be fighting against. But there's still that negative, because Realm got so low, they added bots. And these bots have an interesting role in Realm Royale, and to me, I can't decide if it's a negative thing or a good thing. But my initial thought is, get rid of them. See, what they do to this game is they make it so you have two different mindsets. You have a mindset of killing an actual player, and you have a mindset of killing a bot that acts way different than an actual player, right? And so it puts you in two different modes, and sometimes, like, I'll be going up to a player thinking that they are a bot, and it turns out that they're not. And then I just get wrecked like a fool. And it's things like that where there's two different things going on, and having actual players be interacting with you, and then all of a sudden these bots are coming up and shooting you. It's just weird, and it doesn't flow and it doesn't work right. Alright, so back to a plus. One thing that I hated when they took away chicken heads in the early games of Realm was that you didn't have to work in order to get good loot. Thank God that you actually have to now. I mean, you can sure just run around opening chests and sharding items like crazy, but it's not going to wield you enough shards in order to craft a whole bunch of stuff. And that's kind of what you need to do in this game, is go to forge, crafting items and more items in order to get good loot. And that repetitive loop would not be fun if all you got shards from was picking up from chests. But no, with the ability called Buck Box, which you have to unlock, you can now get more shards from killing a person, so it brings that want to kill people again. I drop at a place where I think there's going to be at least 2 or 3 people, so I can kill them and be able to forge a whole bunch of stuff right off the bat. Otherwise, you're just going to be looting chests and be way behind in the next fight. I think there are still a few not so good things about the game. Biggest for me is the RNG, random number generation. And so this is so annoying to me because two things, okay? Two things. One, there are now runes in this game. Runes are these passive number crunching things where you pick one up and your chicken lives for 5 seconds longer. You pick one up and you get reload speed rune. You get armor repair rune. And these are fun. These are kind of interesting little loops on the game where you actually feel like you're advancing your player. There's just too much RNG in them. See, there's some really god tier runes like armor repair. The fact that we always struggle to have armor in this game and you lose it in every fight because you're getting shot at and it's so hard to regain because pots are not as readily available as health pots, it makes it so that a rune like this is literally insanely strong. And so when you're rolling the dice trying to get a good rune and there's 10 plus runes that there are and you're crafting and crafting and crafting and you never get it, that's just so sucky. Because you could get so many runes that are bad. They're all good for chicken stuff, and honestly, if you get turned into a chicken, I mean, a lot of times you can just call it quits there. I don't know why. I mean, you're gonna die most likely, right? All I'm trying to say is runes are really important to the gameplay, and because there's so much RNG in them, it just hurts and it doesn't feel great. Okay, so a few changes I just kind of want to spit out at you guys that I would love to see is I would love to see chests, especially the like big gold chests that fly down from the balloon above. I would love to see them spread their items a little bit more. This game can't be an inventory management where you scrolling through an inventory, clicking through stuff. This has to be a thing where loot's all laid out so you can shard it all. But with that, you need to make sure that you can see everything. So I would just love if they could spread the loot out just a little bit more, especially out of the gold chests. The loud ass freaking balloon, dude. Why do you start this game and it's so loud? I think everyone, and I mean everyone that plays Realm can probably relate to this, that the intro, the balloon, like the pre-game stage where you're just sitting there running around all these people, is too loud. It is just too loud, and I alt-tab out of it literally every single game because I just hate it. I just hate it. Mute it. Please, Hi-rez. If you can do one thing for me, freaking mute the balloon. Okay, so I could keep talking. I could keep going on and on and on about pros, cons, but I'm going to keep this video a little bit short, try to keep it summed up at least. If you want some more information, if you want to chat with me a little bit more, maybe stop by one of my live streams. Here's a little plug for you. Start by one of the live streams. I stream on Twitch quite often, and I've been playing a lot of Realm Royale recently, so I'd love to see you down there. And, dude, we're at like 96 followers or something like that. Looking mighty fine. But either way, this is going to be the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you maybe reconsider trying Realm again, or maybe you are a Realm fan and you kind of just can relate and understand some of the negatives and just feel the game a little bit more. Don't care why you're here watching this video. Thanks for watching and sticking till the end here. I will see you guys all later, and peace out. Goodbye!